right, next up on the plaza, the queen herself.
Queen is in the
We have Mrs. Tina Betz herself here to talk about the Clifford Brown Jazz Festival and everything else that's happening throughout the community, because you are in the know, Miss Tina. I know you are. But before we get into that, tell us a little bit about yourself, because we know you so well. Oh, yes, but maybe we have some new viewers that want to know, who is this Miss Tina Betz we're talking about?
Do you want me to start with I was born? Or
Yes.
My sign.
I mean, do you want all of that? Well, I was born and raised in the city of Wilmington, so the city is really special to me.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't leave until I was 18 and went off to college for a few years, lived away for a few years. So this is my city.
Yes.
I love it here. And I'm Director of Cultural Affairs for Mayor Pizicki.
Nice.
City of Wilmington, of course.
How you think the city's doing under his watch?
I think the city's doing great under his watch. I mean, we have people who come in from other cities, even cities like Philadelphia and New York, and they are so impressed with what it is they see, how much there is to do. I mean, one of the comments I hear over and over again. I mean, it's not something that we notice when we live here, I think, as much as other people. But people talk about how clean our city is. Yeah. How clean our streets are. I mean, I hear that all the time. And that's pretty special, you know, when people, because that's the type of thing that people notice. I mean, it's like when you go into somebody's home, if they have a dirty bathroom, you notice a dirty bathroom. I mean, no matter how wonderful everything else is, you notice. So I think we're doing a great job here in the city of Wilmington. We definitely have made a lot of progress. For the, you know, especially the past few years, not just in the downtown area. I mean, that's obvious, of course, but our neighborhoods, are really, you know, doing well.
Yeah, that's doing. It is. You look at the neighborhoods; everything is working so far. Let's get back to Tina Betz. Cultural Affairs. What exactly is that department in the mayor's office?
Well, we do things. I'll give you the Jazz Festival, of course, is one of our big events that we handle, but we also do Art on the Town is one of the things. Boise Larry Living Jazz Residency, as a matter of fact, that's going on right now. Okay. That's a 2-week residency for young artists who compose and perform, and we will be seeing them opening Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We will see 3 of the ensembles that we pull together from the residents opening the Jazz Festival on those nights. And we also do a Black Storytelling residency in August. Last year was our first year. We're so happy to bring it back again this year. One of our biggest projects that we lead out of the Mayor's Office of Cultural Affairs is the Urban Artists Exchange Creative Placemaking project that's over on the east side of Wilmington, bordered by 15th, 16th Street, Walnut Street, and Clifford Brown Walk, where we converted stables into artist studios. Love it. And now we have an entire urban green space that's gone up with a huge amphitheater that can accommodate anything from a small duo to an orchestra the size of our Delaware Symphony Orchestra. I mean, it's a huge stage with a great infrastructure. So we do a lot of things out of the Office of Cultural Affairs.
That's right. And this was it Wednesday starts the Jazz Fest?
Yes, the main stage starts on Wednesday. However, on Tuesday night down at the Delaware Theater Company, we have Leon Von Brown in town. Yes, you interviewed him last week. I know he's fantastic. Yeah. He's a choreographer.
Did you know him when he lived?
Well, I did not know him when he lived here, but he was here last year with other members of the Brown family, and got to know him, got to talking to him, and my good friend Ray Jones Avery had a little side conversation with him about doing master classes and doing a special piece, a special choreographed piece to Clifford Brown's Yesterdays. And if I didn't say this, I'm sure Leon said it. He is Clifford Brown's nephew.
Yep, his nephew.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we are so happy to make that connection with Clifford Brown. And that performance will happen on Tuesday night before we open in Rodney Square on Wednesday. Tuesday night down at the Delaware Theater Company begins at 7. Doors open at 7. It's free. We're asking people to register because, of course, the Delaware Theater Company has a limited number of seats. So that kind of kicks off the Jazz Festival this year.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. He came on, he was phenomenal. But this Jazz Festival, I can't wait, man. This is, people are talking about it. This is one of the biggest, it is the biggest.
Has a great turnout.
Jazz Festival?
It's the largest free free jazz festival, we heard on the East Coast, I would say at least the Mid-Atlantic region. And the
Right.
thing is even nationwide, we
Right.
are members of a very small club because very few jazz festivals that at the caliber of the Clifford Brown Jazz Festival are free.
Yeah.
So we're really lucky, and I have to thank Mayor Pazicki, our Chief of Staff, Tanya Washington, all of our supporters, our business supporters in the community. We could not do it without their support because, you know, I mean, it may be free to attend, which is perfect, but it is not free to do.
It's not free at all, right?
I mean, when the artists show up, they do want to get paid as
Yeah.
they should.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Right, it's beautiful that it is offered to the community for free because it brings everyone out, brings everyone together.
Yeah.
So let's just rewind a little bit because maybe not everyone knows who is Clifford Brown. So let's talk about that some more.
Good one. All
Oh,
right.
that's
That's
a
right.
really good question. When we ask people, we will mention who he is,
Right.
talk about who he is. Go to our website, cliffordbrownjazzfest.org. We do have a short bio of Clifford Brown, and of course, there's a lot of information about him. Clifford Brown grew up right here in Wilmington, right on the east side, just a few blocks from Rodney Square, where the festival is held. I mean, it's within walking distance. As a matter of fact, the lot where his childhood home is still there, and there is designated so folks know that this is where Clifford Brown lived. He attended Howard High School. He was a trumpeter, and not only was he a trumpeter, he was the top of the line trumpeter who passed away tragically very early in a car accident, going from one gig to another, as a matter of fact. So even though he was on the scene only a few short years, he made such an indelible mark, not just on the music scene, you know, other musicians, but people who just enjoyed the artistry that he brought to the scene. Yeah, so that's who he was.
Important information because people that may not have known about the festival, the Clifford Brown Jazz Festival, and they want to attend, or they have an appreciation and respect for music and talent and jazz, they're like, okay, well, who's Clifford Brown?
Right.
That's really important, really important component of this whole event.
But you know, the thing about jazz is, if you're a jazz lover, you know who's playing that trumpet.
Yeah,
you
you
know
do.
who's playing that saxophone.
Yeah.
There's no guessing in it. And that's what happens when you look among the sea of people that show up, the 2,000, 3,000 people that show up.
4,000.
Yeah. And
Wow.
I think it was one year in 16, it was like 5,000 people.
Yeah,
right?
it's
It took over.
We get.
Wait,
we
is
take
the
over
city
Rodney
prepared for
Square.
all this? Is the mayor
Well,
prepared for all this? I'm sure they are.
Of course, I'm going to
they're
say
ready.
yes
We're ready.
to that question.
Yeah, we're gonna say because
yeah.
there's never one thing that's so beautiful about it, right? Those people, the fans of jazz are fans of good music. They will show up early. They will put their
chairs
their
down
belongings
or
in their
their-
chairs
yeah.
there and go do whatever they want to do and come back. And when they come back, they're in for a good time, and that good time is 3 days of just good music. There's nothing crazy. 4 days of good music.
Plus 5 with the dance performance.
We are
down
plus
at the
5
Delaware
with the dance
Theater Company,
performance.
right?
And it's just, and we have good weather this year. It's not too hot. And look, Friday night, I heard, is the biggest night.
Well, we have, you know, one of the things about jazz, because sometimes jazz, people think jazz and they imagine it's in this little box. It's really very, very broad and very diverse. So we have people like Jason Moran, Corey Wong, Angelique Kidjo, all bringing their own special flavors to this meal we call jazz. On Friday night, we have Kim, who is an R&B artist.
The women were
know?
flooding the inboxes of DETV saying, Kim, Kim, Kim.
I know people, you know, it's just, and we had Kim back in the early 2000s.
Right.
So, you know, now he's back again, and he's, you know, he's really has grown. I mean, he's kind of broken through that, I don't want to call it a glass ceiling, but that next level, couple level ceiling. So he's back. And then we have Kamasi Washington to close out on Saturday night. And leading up to all of those artists, we have a fantastic lineup of other artists, both world-renowned and emerging. For example, on Saturday, we have Hiromi, who we had back before she was Hiromi. Again, back in the early 2000s. And she is, you know, she's an amazing woman, pianist. So Monty Alexander, who did a wonderful video tribute to Clifford Brown. If folks go to the Clifford Brown Jazz Fest website, they can hear his testimonial to Clifford Brown. So it's just all over the place.
Can viewers that may not be able to attend or are not able to attend, whatever it may be, can they tune in virtually?
We cannot stream virtually. I mean, that
Okay.
takes a very special contractual relationship with all of the artists.
Right.
But you know, we're hoping that, you know, folks will find out about the artists by visiting our websites. We do have videos, and sometimes you go onto our website and you discover a new artist. You know, maybe one day we'll be able to stream at least portion of the Jazz Festival.
That's like another 30, 40,000
Yeah,
for the
Yeah.
because now we're talking about a digital concert.
Right.
You know what I
And
mean?
then hopefully DETV is the one
Hey.
that's hosting this
Well, you know, I always know where to find Ivan to do things like
All right,
that.
exactly. Good.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
perfect.
We have a beautiful, me and the city have a beautiful relationship.
Well, that's a
I love
beautiful
it. I love
thing.
it. But we will be doing interviews. DETV will be doing interviews on the side when the artists come off the stage. They'll circle through and talk to the crowd, and it keeps the crowd engaged and all that, and it works out.
Yeah, that
This
was
is
a
our third
very,
year.
very popular aspect of the festival. And but you know, and many of the artists will be signing albums
Yes.
afterwards.
Yes,
You know, so
selling
you can
albums.
purchase albums
Yeah.
while you're purchasing the festival merchandise.
Yep.
You'll have a chance to see many of the artists. So it's a really special time.
It is a beautiful
Yeah, it's a
time. It's
special
one of the times that goes down in Wilmington's history. That like it can't. It just it's. Well, you know why it's so beautiful? Because you have such again 4,000 to 5,000 people, and it's diverse.
Yes, it
And there's
is.
never an issue or situation that goes on.
Well, thank God, knock on wood, because we have been very, very, I mean, folks have just been so civil and meeting new people, gathering with old people, not old people, but
Old
old
seasoned
relationships,
people.
old
Seasoned
relationships.
people.
So, you know, people have a good time. It's a really good vibe.
Yeah, and the food trucks.
The food trucks are there.
So there'll be
there's-
food.
Yeah, there's
So will there
food
be
there.
food and beverage?
Yes,
Yes,
we
there
have
will.
beverages of all,
Importantly,
of all types of beverages.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's always a plus, and I'm sure that, you know, people, they want to enjoy the talent and the performances, but they have to eat, they have to drink to
They do.
keep them there the whole day.
Just let me say it right now.
Yeah.
There is no smoking in the park.
Yeah, please,
No
we have
smoking in
no
the park.
Follow the
smoking in the
rules.
park.
There's no smoking in
Because
the
we
park.
have, you know, people are close together, and
Right.
it
Yeah.
just, you know, I mean, we want every person, individual and groups, to have the best time available.
Yeah.
And if you're
Right.
breathing in smoke, that's not good.
Right.
You know, one other thing I want to mention is we do late night jams, and I want to thank the Wilmington Library downtown for their participation. They have been great, and of course, Nomad Bar. And the late night jams go from 10 o'clock to 1 a.m.
Okay.
And this was a special request that we got over and over.
That's the
You know,
after
what
party.
you want to do something
We
after?
should have had. As told you, we would love to host one here.
Well, hey,
I mean, you know,
a late
that-
night jam?
Yeah.
Well, you know, next year, 2024,
I think that would be awesome. That we would love to host a late night jam.
that would be
here.
That's a great idea.
fantastic.
Yeah.
No, and
Because
we
we
can
can
go
air that.
live.
I
Yeah,
believe.
we would be able to stream that.
Yeah, we can
Okay.
stream that.
Exactly.
Wow, can you imagine the day that they start streaming the Clifford Brown Jazz Festival
Yeah.
hosted by DETV?
Yeah,
I see what you're doing. It's going to happen.
I'm manifesting
It's
that.
manifesting.
That would be such
It's
a
gonna
beautiful
happen.
when we
thing for the
start
community.
working at our contracts next year, you can be part of the contract negotiations.
That'll
How
be
about
work.
that?
That'll work.
Sounds
Okay.
like a plan.
Yeah.
Mother Tina.
Yes, sir.
Queen Tina.
Yes.
We love you here.
I love you too.
All right.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much for your support.
Oh, you got it.
Good luck
Thank
with
you.
the event.
You got
Thank
it.
you. Thank you.
All right.